second game of the day here. It's going to be a false start as referee Lewis McCracken will quickly pull it back. It's our under-16s semi-final 2 who will play the Leeds Junior Knights. Well, we're about to find out. It's the South champions, the Guildford Firestars, versus the Kingston Sharks. Second year in a row, the Sharks have been here as runners-up in this age group. Guildford, a dominant force this year down south. 18 wins, a loss and a draw, made them champions. As well look to make it a head-to-head clash of the two number 1 seeds. Kingston would like to try and make it an all-north clash tomorrow afternoon, and also upset the narrative and reverse the league results from this year against Leeds. Kingston only is they're going to get a first look straight off the post comes Will Durgan, and well, if there's ever going to be a danger man, Will Durgan's got 29 goals in 13 games in this age group, and in under-19s Division 2 as Kingston not in the Nationals as Guildford ice it. He's got 42 goals and 42 assists in 20 games, 84 points. He's been unreal, and already an early look. And Kingston, it's effectively Division 1. It's so it's under-19s National, Division 1 and then Division 2, but effectively the second tier of under-19s hockey in this country. The North was won by Kingston, so they'll be in action tomorrow regardless anyway. But I'd like to make it 2 finals, one of them a Division 1. And already it was a good start. Guildford looking to get their first way in, and there's a great hit out in the middle. Starting netminder for Kingston must be Jacob Mardell, and for Guildford it's Wyatt Gillet as well. Another one with 2 games to be played at least. He's in action with Oxford in under-19s Division 2 for the South. This is going to be really neck and neck fixture, you'd feel. It's going to be tight between these two sides. Stylistic matchup was going to complement them well. It's going to be an icing the other way, as they have some very fast skates, as you can see there. Durgan hurrying off the bench. Kingston will be a threat from these rushes. Guildford win the draw, sending it deep, but it pops off the helmet of Jake Dorado, and Kingston will work it out, but not fully controlled rather by Archie Cobb, and have to settle it back down on the change. Now moving forward with Daniel Dowden. Will be his last weekend for the foreseeable future, playing hockey in England, as he's off to play AAA in the JPHL for the Epic Sports Academy. Also part of the GB Futures programme I mentioned earlier, so he's played GB under-16s this year. If you recognise the name, he's the nephew of Great Britain, well, will be now former captain of Great Britain and Steelers legend Robert Dowd. As Guildford chip it back in towards DJ Dowd, round towards Cobb, but the bounce goes away from him. But a couple of the Kingston jerseys scramble, and they do at least force it out. Hard going into the boards, and that's what Kingston do. They're faster, physical, and boy can they shoot. It's run and gun, and it's so effective. Barker scanning around for Durgan, but is on a change. He tries playing the slot pass, but no one's there. And Guildford, again, quickly moving. You can see a bit of nerves as second time. This time the opposite side. A quick pass along, if it wasn't there. There was no one there, so perhaps, again, just getting settled, early nerves. I expect just a lot of big hits in this game. It's a really big, both sides really big for under-16s as Jacob Mardell makes his first save of the game, and stepping forward was Arseny Makarov, but Mardell wise to it and gloves back down. We're going to face off with 11:13 to play here in the opening period of our second game of the day here at Sheffield. Played out to the point by Guildford, the stick taken away, couldn't win the puck, so they get it moving forward. Slater's hit hard in the back. No penalty called that time. Charging forward is Joe Knott, can't turn it off though. Barnes flips through, it's a lovely work forward and a great save by Mardell. Aidan Lamy, point blank range, and Mardell dialed in early here. And a smart play by Barnes, spots the run in. But Lamy, GB under 16s player, showcase this year, always about. Nearly found his 10th goal of the season in this age group. Galano. And that falling off his stick, the cross-ice pass was there, but instead he has to play the rim pass, and no one's there for some pressure, and Kingston haven't made much headway out to their own zone in the past few minutes. Offside though as Cobb receives that the wrong side of the blue line. The first attacking chance that Kingston have since Durgan hit the post is shut down quickly. And charging forward, looking to get the first goal of the game. It's a great pass to Stoyanov, but this time he has that falling off his stick. And a very wise player there, Ted Nevitt, started that attack. That's what I mean, the contrast in styles. Guildford are a very fast team, but they've got the added size that will match up against Kingston well. Like Leeds, well, you can hear the drum below us. That is by the Leeds under 16s, as out in front again, but Mardo has to scoop that up. The Guildford play a good tactical game, but have the pace as well, and size. Kingston are going to play a run and gun style, be fast and physical. Up the boards, it's kept in down at the blue line. It's a great pass across again to Flowers, but it's blocked by the man in front. Again, finishing the hit and coming off actually worse there was Oscar Flowers, as having none of it was Billy Leach, as they return the favour in the corner. This time as Elliot Bellows is on the receiving end of a big hit, but it's iced by the Flames, sorry, by the Fire Stars this time. Now Durgan trying to get his hands working, tied up quickly. Guildford playing a smart defensive formation there, keeping it nice and tight, and now they'll work it out. 2-on-2 moving forward, good bit of pace coming forward, and a clever drop pass attempted at Flowers. He wasn't ready for it though, and then a loose one gives it straight back to Guildford. Well, the Leeds below us have taken their southern foes, as there's also a hard hit on towards Ted Nevitt. They'll head to the benches. Lamy again steps forward, and there's a sign of what Kingston are going to do. Penalty called, this time against Kingston. And holding's the call. Going against their captain. Alternate captain, sorry, Lucas Bradley. The Leeds do not want to see their northern compatriots in the final. Galano. Lamy. Up towards Galano again. First power play of the game is with the Southern champions, trying to open up a gap on this near side, but just send one in and ripping it! Top corner! Kester Galano! They played with their food! Opened up a smidge of a gap, Galano saw it quickly, and through traffic, Mardell gets beaten for the first time. And just before halfway in this first period, the Guildford Fire Stars lead the way. In punishing Lucas Bradley for the penalty. Galano, the goal scorer, couldn't keep that in as Charlie Farrow tumbled over the blue line. And Guildford have controlled a large portion of the possession in this game. As that's a great pass, great vision, trying to find again Jake Dorado on the back door. The vision of these passes in the early stage of this game have been good for Guildford. Gap's going to open up for Leach as they're offside, as Farrow would hit the deck and him and Johnson come together. There's some afters as well with Leach. Off the face-off, Dorado will have it down on the far side. Durgan tries to collect the loose puck. And Guildford quick to it, and you're gonna have to be quick out in front again as it's loose, but there's gonna be a penalty coming up as that is unnecessary from DJ Dowd. And straight after conceding on the power play, Kingston give up a cheap one the other way.
After the whistle, DJ Dowd two-handed him. Like, he's put in front, goalie spilt it, he's tried to, so obviously he tried to play the loose one, goalie's called up again and DJ Dowd just clean. I mean,
That's a great stick off the draw, and Barker's going to get himself a short-handed chance as he's hammered off the puck. Great hit, hard into the boards they come, the pair of them. He's not happy about that, as they're going to exchange words behind the play, and it sets the tone for how this game's going to go. Lamy. Stick the side by Gillet as Kingston trying dumping one on the net again. Galano over stick lift aids his line mate into the Onside position. It's a great pass by Nevitt. He's had some great vision of a shot from Slater. Straight into the chest of Mardell. But right now, Guildford are finding these gaps to feed these passes to. And Guildford coaching just wanting a word with the linesman about something. They're unhappy. Something Kingston's doing. Trying to play the cross-ice pass again towards Never, but it's read well by Bradley, and he'll stick that back into the Guildford zone. Lamy gets the southern side over the blue line, but the pass low, and it's a bit of a scramble, and no one can see the puck for Guildford. And Kingston clear it out again. 5:40 to play here in the opening period. Charging forward, nearly brought down, was Ted Nevitt as he rushed all the way through. He's had a good start to this game. Across to Nevitt again, shooting lane closed down. He'll try and play the pass to the far side again. It just beats past his man up from the blue line. It's tipped, but that tipped too hard and took a lot of the power out of the shot, and Mardell was given enough time to change direction and cover that up. DJ Dowles up on his feet, ready to come back to 5 for hockey. Guildford so far unable to convert. For the second time anyway. Shot from range is going to end the power play as Dow comes back out of the box. And through the middle, it's well received. Oh, brilliant recovering poke check. This time by Joe Kirby. Beaten by his man initially, but using the long range he's got, shuts that down. Johnson, and trying to get it onside, can't do so. Now Stoyanov, little shimmy off though. Great work by Richard Stoyanov to keep possession rolling. He's cut up though by Leach, what he does so well from the blue line. Barker tried playing it between the legs of the D-man in front of him, but the stick says no. Dowd can't dangle his way forward, and Barker will give it a go again. Batterby. Up to the point. Option across has quickly been cut down, and it's poked away. That's brilliant reading of the game there by Durgan. Forces them out. Not close enough though to gain possession back. Kingston's forecheck isn't aggressive enough, but they'll collect the loose one down the boards. Although a mismove. Guildford quickly back on top of it with 3 minutes to go here in the first period. Kicked aside again by Gillet. He's had a quiet first period. Is it a one flick off the post? Oh, a brilliant spinning move through the 5-hole, and Kingston rightly erupts. Bamboozled Gillet. A wonder goal to tie things up late in the first. And I believe it was Archie Cobb's spinorama. Out of nowhere. Well, they've been bogged down for the best part of the period. They've had one shot off the post in the first 30 seconds, and since then Kingston have been quiet but fair. Well, we spoke about earlier that Chelmsford needed to get shots on a cold netminder, and Monroe came into the game. Well, Gillet has not seen anything. Now that's one way to get yourself back level. Guildford hurrying on quickly. Slater wants a flashy play of himself, but Barnes is back to where the puck was, trying to get a cycle going again. There's a bit of a hook. The Leeds fans who were, well, the Leeds players who are definitely wanting Guildford to win protest once more, but is released quick enough. Smith. To the final 2 minutes of the first period, and that surely got to have sparked something back into this Kingston side. As falling asleep there on the boards briefly was Slater. Guildford coming back forward, Fronto entering the zone, body's getting back though, and Bradley ties his man up, but Lamy picks up the loose one. Centering again, but Kingston some smart sticks, allow them to move it forward again and get a rare offensive chance in this game. Barnes. While going as hard as Guildford have been, knowing from the change. Going for the hip check, but smartly pulled out of there was Zach Johnson. Again, he'll be in action in the under-19s, effectively Division 3 final with Solent, their star player down in Gosport. Durgan, though, keeps it in, and a rushed shot. He's easily sticked away from Charlie Barker. Still pushing on, though. Late looking for a lead in the first. Durgan. Guildford can't fall asleep here. They've been miles the better side, but to go in a breakdown would be catastrophic. We're going to try and take the lead again with one last rush moving forward. It's a great pass out in front to Dorado, missing the net by a whisker. Puck not settling down in his stick, and we cleared out looking for a stretch pass. Icing's going to be waved off as long to it is going to be Knock. Final few seconds, can't get a shot away, and we're going to go into the period break all square after 15 minutes in our second semi-final of the day for the under-16s. It's Guildford Firestars 1, Kingston shot. Back underway then in the second period. All tied from a late goal by Kingston as Guildford dominated the majority of it, but an effort from Archie Cobb on a spinorama got them back square. And Kingston trying to get their first lead of the game, charging forward. They've just been taking the odd man rushes they can get, using their speed. Just waiting for their chances, playing smart in the defensive zone whilst Guildford play some flashy passes as nearly sending over into the board. Zach Johnson was Barker, but he gets away with it. Coming off the bench is Josh Beddoes, who will pick out the attempted pass towards Slater as it's brought in again. Someone's lost a glove as a shot heavy rebounded off of the blocker of Mardell, and Kingston get it back in the zone with Farrow, but no assistance to help him. He's scrambling between Guildford bodies as very aggressive on him was Ward, and Farrow's probably got away with a penalty there as those two are going to come together again in the middle. And Eldorado out again. All on his lonesome, long change, not helping Guildford. He's just going to have to sit it in the corner and wait for assistance, and Johnson comes off the bench. But he's beaten around by Leach, stick by Galano, who'll give him create a bit of space, he'll send one low, there's no rebound, or no one there for a rebound, and he'll be cleared out. And they've got to have their wits about him as charging forwards Durgan, but it just goes for icing as it makes it to the hash marks. Galano quickly moving to Johnson, off the post that time. Leach can't fully play that round. Stoyanov misses that one in Kingston. This is where they're deadly, and Durgan charging forward. Dorado's quick too though and stands him up, forces him wide, poking into the middle's Farrow. They're trying to get Paivo in the attempted cycle, shut down and quickly back out with Brandon Smith. Glove down but not held on to. But it sets them on the way. Kingston is wanting a trip there. It's hard to spot as the player had tried doing a punch turn. But this has been very tight and very good. And that is a lovely pass out towards Johnson, trying to dangle his way around bodies. Back into him though, as didn't realise he had assistance on his outside. It's going to be offside here by Guildford, a long way off. Makarov hadn't realised that they were still getting bodies out. And Kingston upping the physicality just a little bit. Never plays that down the boards. It's away from Batterby though, and Durgan will look to step forward again, but it's a loose pass, but it's bailed out by Barker, who sends one in early, but Gillet will easily block that one aside. Oh, there's a really cheap one. It's not going to be able to stay in either. Even Lucas Bradley wasn't quite expecting that one to stay in. Wanting a too many man calls, a dodgy place to do a change if you're Kingston. They get away with it. Never poked aside by Knock. Makarov can't move it quick enough. He's nearly offering up a chance to Durgan, but they scramble back quickly. He's pushed off and hard down into the boards, a long way off the puck. Slightly silly, but no trouble coming his way as Gillet's called into action again. Oh, great stick there, this time by Billy Leach. He sends one in again, and Kingston, they do have some really good shooters. The power they have, they're going to get these rangy goals. There's no harm in testing it. Just trying to open up a gap with a couple of passes. Just onside they go. Actually looked like Lamy had drifted the wrong way. Slater, it's a good reception, but couldn't fully control it. It's back out with Aidan Lamy. Leach with a great hit tying up Slater. Wins the puck back, trying to return one Lamy, but it can't win possession back, and Barker will just send one in early, but there's no one there to crash anything home, and easily into the glove of Gillet. And we have 9, or just under 10 minutes left to play here in the second period. Galano with Barnes to Lamy again. Both sides just rushing their shots, not really letting anything get set up right now. Again, that's just a bit of nerves as Beddoes is spun right off, done an icing, but played the wrong side of the blue line for that, really. Oh, sorry, for the centre line for that. It's a great pass throw this time round, though, to Barnes. It's going to be Sandwich. Breaks forward, though, still can get a shot off Barnes! Fends off the pressure. Pins a corner, and Guildford are back in front in the semi-final. You will not find a better tape-to-tape pass out through their own zone. And Barnes just pushes through like a tank, splitting the D, and still gets a shot off. Timeout called by Kingston. Perhaps a little early. It will be interesting to see how this happens. I mean, Chelmsford called it after going 3 goals down. It allows you to get settled, but perhaps this could be a little early. Oh, we'll see the assist. Going to Austin Slater. Someone who pinned that pass right from their own zone. Well, it's a loose shot as it's spilt, and there's going to be some afters there. With a bit of following through and catching Gillet. And Gillet spilt the puck. It was there to be played at. I don't think there was any harm from Barker to harm him. Well, face-off was won by Kingston, but Barker played it straight to the hands of Kester Galano, but it was cleared out quickly, and back in come the Sharks. Johnson loses out to 50-50 as Bradley plays out back down the boards, but with Dorado, spots the pass across onto the far side, but unable to. That gets very messy as they tumble over each other, and then there's some afters as well. He's just completely mishandled the pass. Forward again with Dorado's pace. Closed down by all the bodies, and there was no passing option as Kingston had shut any lane down. Ward will send this back into the mix. And back out once more, and having to get your wheels on. It's not going to make it for icing anyway, but Will Durgan is so quick. Evaded pressure and nearly a little messy in front of the Kingston bench for the change. Durgan splits it past Ward, but sends it over the bar. Great stick again by DJ Dowd on the blue line, keeps play rolling, and Kingston, perhaps the timeout was the right call as they're in their groove. It's off a skate of Leach on the blue line, nearly went right into the hands of Durgan. That could have worked out a treat. But whatever that timeout was, it might have been the right play as Kingston look rejuvenated again. Never blocked by one of the Sharks players, and they'll charge forward again. Barker pushed wide by Never. They'll then collect the bobbling puck. As Guildford just been put off their game a little bit after taking the lead. Kingston have been better coming out of that break. Now having to work hard here was Beddoes was staring down, and a good 50-50 win of his sticks and bounces going in favour of the Humberside team. And Guildford have to switch back on. Just been put off their game slightly. With 6:15 to play in the second period here. It could still go any way. There's a brilliant work into the front of the net there by Charlie Farrow, just missing the beeline pass to him from Josh Beddoes. And now Guildford trying to use their speed for the first time in a good few minutes, and Austin Slater pushing forward. He's got the opportunity on the backhand, doesn't even see Mardell, well blocked. Hard back checking there. And Kingston going strength to strength, and something has been snapped into them here, and they've woken up. Nearly messy in front of us. Bit of a miscommunication between Gillet and Brandon Smith. That had to be tidied up by Johnson laying low. Well, the next 5.5 minutes can't go any quicker if you're the Guildford Fire Stars, in a desperate need of the period break. I know as well that Kingston have a chance, or have a habit of taking a dodgy penalty or two. Something a little silly, a little too hard. As Gillet with a robbery out in front, it falls straight to Barker, who fancies a spin of his own. Well, someone's just shouted from the Guildford parents and fans, wake up. And I think they get the impression as well, something since that timeout has changed in the game. And Kingston have looked better since, and as long as Kingston keep out the penalty box, they're looking favourites for the next goal. As again, popping a tyre, missing the pass to Zach Johnson, and it's not the first time. There's just been a little error on the skating that's forced an easy turnover back to Kingston. And they're getting it in deep, they're chasing hard, and they're winning on the boards, forcing errors right now. And perhaps actually just the pace being slowed down a little bit has aided Kingston. You would have thought a more tactical affair would suit Guildford. But they're not using their pace as much. Perhaps looking tired already. Was wanting a penalty there, probably could have taken them both. One an interference, one a slash, so they'll stay it as it is. As DJ Dowd again, though, you can't be doing silly stuff. He took a cross check earlier, long after the whistle, and long after the puck had gone. Pins his man up against the boards. Those little things can be costly. Oh, it's a shanked passing. Kingston are going to come back the other way in the danger man. It's Will Durgan pushing forward. They're giving him space on a forehand. Durgan! Oh, it's in! Dangling round. The light went on. It looked like it might have been saved by Gillet, but Durgan, the danger man. We said the turnovers will be costly for Guildford, and you turn one over to the fastest and the strongest man on the rink. He cuts through like a hot knife through butter. All the space in the world. And we're back tied again, and it's another late goal in the period. And with 3:12 to go in the second, we're back to a level game.
Goal number 2 for the Kingston Sharks. Goal number 7, Will Durgan. Assist number 95, Charlie Barker.
Charlie Barker getting the assist on the Will Durgan goal.
48 seconds. That's Kingston goal 2, 7 from 95, 2-6 points.
Gallardo. Just onside, never mind. Looked like Batterby had just put the brakes on the right time. He had not. And well, question the timeout decision by head coach Scott Hayward for the Sharks. And well, it worked in a favour, as they have been the much better side since going down again, and now they are back level. Gallardo. Missing the pass towards Lamey, and back in with Lamey from Barnes. Lamey from range, and block it aside through traffic. A bit of a bamboozle play tried. Back with Barnes, we'll see if going back level might have woken Guildford back up, as Slater just has his stick taken away, and Josh Beddoes tried pushing right through him, but pulled away when I realised the puck had gone away from that part of the ice. Into the final 2 minutes of the second period. Still none the wiser who will be joining Leeds in the grand final tomorrow. Oh, two immovable objects matching up there. As well, that's how as the arm stayed down there. As Beddoes is smashed to the ground long after the puck had gone Brandon Smith. And a messy change again from Kingston. Not the first time this period. This could have cost them a too-many men call. Guildford need to find something to knock the momentum away from Kingston, as right now they are just getting better and better as this game goes on. Kingston do look tired. Oh, sorry, Guildford look tight. Kingston. Oh, they've had a good shot of something, it seems. Miss on there, trying to cover up Mardell. And the backhanded pass from Mardell was thrown all sorts in the post. Hadn't got settled at all, but be able to prove there's only 10 seconds left in the period. There might be one late chance here as Zach Johnson again can't complete the move he's trying to do. And Kingston aren't going to have enough time to get a chance towards the net. We're 30 minutes down, there's 15 to go. The second period comes to an end and we are back level. Third period to decide this game. It's right round the corner. We're all squared though at 2. To decide who joins the Leeds Junior Knights in the Under-16s national final tomorrow. We're at a deadlock. Who will bite first? Next goal could be all important. A 2-1-1 period. Two times that Kingston have equalised late in the period. And since the second goal for Guildford, where Kingston took a timeout, the Sharks have been the better side of as a majority of the puck Guildford barely able, and mistakes like that have been rife, and Kingston can't take advantage. It's got to be the 4th or 5th time someone's popped a tyre in a crucial place. And this will go for icing as well. And Guildford don't just look tired, they look nervy. Scrapping away, trying to get the loose puck. Durgan's with it to give Kingston their first lead, and Gillet blockers that aside. Galano, Guildford, wow. I think if Kingston score the next one, they might be due a timeout to settle themselves down. They've just been completely put off their game. They've not had the flow or the patience. The intelligent passing just seemed to have gone. And Kingston just look threatening every time now. They've gone from the first period where they had just a handful of shots to now being a big threat as Johnson misses Venez. He tries setting that on, and again it's another Guildford player hitting the deck. Charging forward, Guildford again. First shot in a while as they test Mardell from Laming. Straight into the chest of Gillet again, he'll hold on. Batterby poked away from him. Beddoes outskates that, and Batterby gets it back forward. As never great first period. Need to find that form again. Now with Bradley will play that round. And slow again. For Guildford to give any assistance on the forecheck is hard towards Batterby was Elliot Beddoes. And Guildford do just look tired. Sat down. It's a great hit from Barnes. It's going to get called though. Going to be interference. Indeed it is. The puck had gone away from him. And we said that Kingston can't take silly penalties. And right on cue, just a late hit from DJ Dowd. Gets his second penalty of the game. So Guildford, perhaps a timeout might be good for them to use here. They need to settle themselves down. And what Kingston's trying to buy some time. He's a little bit cheeky. Smart play by Barker as he just cut through the middle. Not the first time that Kingston have done that. Off of these draws on penalty kills, forces Guildford to get themselves back forward. Never hit hard, sent back down. It's given straight back to the Sharks. And the first few seconds will be killed off. 30 seconds down on the power play for Guildford. It's their third of the game. 1 for 2 so far, and passes like that's not going to help them. Barker moving short-handed. The rebound just missed by Durgan. And now Guildford charge back the other way. 3 on 2. Shooting early. Lamy was driving the middle. He's going to have to collect this round the opposite side though. Durgan does enough to force it out. Galano will settle this back down. And a mistake there by Nevitt as he fanned on the pass. He'll walk it forward instead. He's got Lamy with him. Plays a pass across to him, but doesn't want to shoot this time. Trying to get something set up, and it's cheaply away again. And Guildford are looking nervy into the final 10 minutes of this semi-final. Good way to get in front though, and Johnson again can't complete these moves. Onside it stays. Brilliant work along the blue line. But no one there to forecheck. They're giving them free time here. Guildford had just resided 3 players back in the neutral zone. It was perfectly onside. Stoyanov trying to toe drag it around now to Dorado, but it falls the wrong side of him. Cross ice to Smith. Tries to pick a corner off the crossbar. Well, the closest Guildford have come in a long time, right at the end of the power play, and out comes DJ Dowd. And once more, offside they go. Johnson just doing too much this game. He's making moves, he's not completing them. You can see it being costly. Going to go down for icing. And Guildford are going to be hoping that that one off the crossbar has rattled the Sharks. Now to the point again, trying to move it quickly, tipped just into the leg pad of Mardell. Slater pushing on, Guildford perhaps finding their groove again. Kingston though, wanting their first lead of the game. Leach, sandwiched between bodies and brought down, knock linesman up and just misses as Guildford flick it out over the blue line, and Kingston are offside. That will give the side from Surrey a little bit of time on the puck. So work forward with Barnes. He's been excellent this game. Could he be the hero of any? Just playing that the wrong side of Ward as they try to tip one in. Slater mishandled. Barnes tries closing in. Slater picks it up again, but he's scrambled by Leach, and he's going to be one of the toughest defensemen in this division to beat. Johnson, straight into the glove of Mardell, was going into the side netting anyway, but Jacob Mardell not taking any chances. We'll hold on to that with 7:15 to play. We're still squared at 2 apiece in our second semi-final for the under-16s. Ward closed down really quickly offside. It's played in and out again. Smash towards Vanilla Gillet first. So it's going to be Barker. Nearly played a rolling screen on his own goalie. Guildford moving forward again with Richard Stoyanov. His brother, a national champion at under-12s 2 weeks ago. Might the Stoyanov family keep it rolling? They'll need to win today though to book their spot against Leeds. And Johnson again pushing forward. Sends one over as he was pressed by Bellows, a bit nervy. The shot rose above the bar, but Guildford looking in control a little bit more for the first time this period. But you can sense the nerves of how close it is. No team's playing at their best. They're not flowing like they used to. Bellows with a great body check, nearly turns the puck over. Words exchange with Ward, and again you can't. Neither side wants to take a silly penalty. Durgan, a brilliant pass! Just tipping over into the netting. Oh, but the vision there from Will Durgan to spot Charlie Barker. And it's not the first time that Kingston have nearly nipped one like that. Remember, Guildford still have their timeout as well. Kingston used theirs earlier. To great effect, I might add. 5.5 minutes to play. Turning and shooting there was George Sibbery. Not the first time that Gillet would have been caught out by one of them if that went on target and in. Bellows moving it across quickly, deflecting awkwardly, knock offside. Just getting his line wrong. Well, apologies for that loss of commentary, the technical error. We're back now though with 2.5 minutes to play, still at 2 goals apiece. Next goal will surely be defining in this second semi-final for the under-16s. It's been so nip and tongue, so close. Lamey bringing it around the houses. Guildford have been so good at spotting passes. They fell off the game a little bit since going 2-1 up. Trying to book a place as Barnes nearly continues his scoring form in this game. He's been unstoppable. Just trying to book a place, and the tiki-taka passing, wasn't expecting hard into the boards, and that's arm stays down. Kingston's going to get off. Here's the man, the danger man, feeding to Barker, but it's taken away, and Guildford settle down again. 90 seconds to play here in the semi-final. Nearly picked up awkwardly. It's going to slow down with the cutter piece. It'll be collected by Lamplow. Who will be joining the Leeds Junior Knights in the final tomorrow? Leach for Kingston. Forced as wide as he can. First time we've really seen Billy Leach dropping deep. Tied up down at the boards. Lamplow will pick it up. They've not quite realised the puck's broken free, and actually with the scrum it's ended up falling back down there. Now it comes loose out towards Durgan and stick the side, in Guildford using their speed. They're going to look up and see it's just one person down there to contend with. Stoyanov trying to play a pass to no man's land. Trailing too far behind there was Zach Johnson. Still out to Stoyanov. Hesitates at pulling the trigger. Never. Bit more calm and composed, but tumbling over there's Farrow. Back out with Stoyanov though. Can't clear the lines. Cuts between bodies, 30 seconds left. Out towards Dorado! Oh, saved by Mardell! The defining kick save and charging forward. Durgan to be a hero. Can he? Forced wide. Durgan still going. Save made by Gillet! Seconds going to tick away. One last chance perhaps for Kingston. They're slow to get onside. Racing in from range just over the bar. We are going to overtime.
We now head to overtime.
Wow, they're going to have a short team talk here.
It is 5 minutes, 3-on-3 overtime.
We'll have a 5-minute 3-on-3 period of overtime. Well, we're 2 1-all periods, and we're at a 0-0 period. Starting 3 for Guildford is Ted Never, Aidan Lamey and Avery Barnes. And for Kingston, Will Durgan, Josh Beddoes and Charlie Barker. And Will Durgan, he's so good with the space. 3-on-3 overtime might be his bread and butter here. Guildford, the #1 seed in the South. They'll be lifting a trophy at the end of this game no matter what. However, looking to make it an all-North final. God, just kept in there by Durgan. Beddoes with a bit of space here. Danger work, and Gillet makes a save, and then they clash over each other. And down as well is Beddoes. Well, Beddoes is up and down the tunnel. He's been replaced by Billy Leach. And an ozone face-off for the Sharks. Charging forward, he's pulled back. There was Avery Barnes as he tried nipping past Leach. Durgan moving it quickly back towards Barker. And Lamy smartly drifted back to cover. I'll get put back for Guildford. Out of reach of Falamy, he's got to work though to get there, he'll do so. Guildford don't want to go for a change. Lame's going to take it all by himself and no one's there for a rebound. Guildford had, well, shut off briefly and that made it too easy for Mardell to cover it up. Never shooting quickly, shouldered aside there by Mardell. Galano got the opening goal of the game. Up towards Never, closing down. Never save, rebounds there. Mardell scrambles, and it can't be covered up, can't be put home either. Kingston charged back the other way with Durgan. Waiting for assistance. We've seen him feed a couple good passes already. Across to the far side, back towards Durgan. It's just away from him. Durgan round Never. Nearly forced Gillet the other way. Not aware of where that's coming is Barker. These two have been out for an entire minute and a half so far of overtime. Trying to play the stretch to Galano. Picked up though by Durgan. 2-on-2. Back entering the zone. Durgan cutting through, missing high and wide and back with the Fire Stars. Looking to just settle this down. They want the stretch pass, but if it's intercepted, it's going to be a 3-on-0. But instead, it's going to be a 1-on-0. Galano to win it! And it's easily just pushed aside off the blocker. Off the helmet, sorry, we'll get a whistle for it for the netminder Mardell. And nervy moments at both sides. Lamy off the draw, had the option for the pass but hesitated. Now will start charging forward, nearly had his pocket picked by Bradley. Dowd comes in as well, and Kingston have 2 D-men out there right now on overtime. Puck's going to break free, Bradley's going to lose sight of it. Lamey's going to get there if he can feed this through. Barnes is a clean shot, but instead turning and missing on the shot. It's messy down there, and now Bradley will get back up, and Barnes, a quick pick up, tied up though, has his pocket picked in the end and shooting, but it's blocked by Barnes, and messy again by Guildford, and someone's gone hard down into the boards. Back up, the net comes off, and the injury. And which side's not getting a change? Is it Kingston or is it Guildford? I think it's Guildford not getting a change. And now Guildford using the timeout they've got left. We're halfway through overtime and both sides with their chances. Face-off won by the Sharks, quickly pushing on to it is Guildford, trying to win something. It's been more in their third of the ice than anywhere else, but now they'll get it out and we'll have a whistle for a hand pass. Galano. Again, Guildford trying to play these stretch passes on a swivel there. It's Beddoes and he's been beaten for pace and he brings the man down, and Mardell with a wonderful save going post to post, but a penalty is drawn and it's a penalty shot in overtime. And Beddoes head on the ice, and knows how costly that could have been. Didn't allow his man to get a shot away, it trickled off the pass to the back door, and Mardell made a first good save here. And that's going to give Mardell some confidence. He's getting some positive words from his teammate. But what drama in the second semi-final for the under-16s. A penalty shot called with 1 minute and 54 left. Who's to take it? It's Ted Nevitt. The D-man, he's got 12 goals this season. GB under-16s to send Guildford to the final. Nevitt walks it in. It's in! Guildford win it! Ted Nevitt on the penalty shot sends the Surrey side into the under-16s national final. Oh, and he's boiling over. And good work by the Guildford coaches, quickly moves their men away, and that's poor. Great work to the coaches there by Guildford. They was straight onto the ice and moved their players away from the celebrations. And what a penalty shot by Nevitt. Still going to be handshakes and all love at the end of the game.
Guildford goal 17 at 48.06.
Now it's good to see. Good to see it's still all love. And what a final we've got set tomorrow. For number 1 seeds meet up, a penalty shot in overtime. Ted Nevitt scoring sent them to face the Leeds Junior Knights as Leeds look to defend their title and just keep racking up silverware to West Yorkshire. Guildford will get their trophy celebrations at the end as well for the South champions.